Hold on there, Bucko. Before we proceed, I want it to be very clear that this is a very self perspective video. Bias, this is opinion. This is everything from my perspective as a content creator, as a small content creator, as a hobbyist. So, everything that I'm about to say, take with a grain of salt. Number one, if you haven't seen the Moist Critical video discussing Twitch's recent events, I recommend that you do, as I'm going to be using that as a launch pad to discuss how this could infect or affect. I don't know why I said it, in fact. This could affect small content creators and hobbyists. Now, as a hobbyist and a small content creator, I typically don't chase trends. I typically create content that I want to make. If you jump over to my YouTube channel, you'll see that there is a pretty diverse style of editing. There's a pretty diverse style of video production. I just typically want to make the thing that I would want to watch, and I want to represent something or a game in this regard as I want to. With that being said, and not following normalcy, which would be like how Jacksepticeye sets up his videos, or Markiplier sets up his videos, or a whole range of other content creators who use the same structure. I don't like to use that structure. I think that leads to things like what happened with Ethan Nestor, where he no longer wants to do gameplay videos, and that can result in me feeling burnout. So by having different ways of editing and structuring and creating and not having editors and things like that, which means I have to edit myself, um, that gives me the freedom to produce things that I can be proud of and I can look back on and be like, it's not just another video, it's a series and it's special because it's a full series. So with the Twitch situation, what we might be seeing in the near future is an exodus from Twitch. There's going to be people with extreme opinions, not as extreme as mine, to the current situation on Twitch. Now, I've made it very clear for a long time, I do not like Twitch. I don't like monopolization, and I don't like the fact that they essentially hold a stranglehold over so many people with their contracts and their rules of how long you're expected to stream and your wages and like how much they want to take from your revenue stream. None of that is really something that I advocate for. All of that seems more like something that an LLC and major companies and event organizers would want to work with. That way, they have a very strong backbone for their platform. And to me, it seems like that's the way Twitch is heading. They want to do away with hobbyists and small content creators, and they want to make it as difficult for them to grow on the platform as they can in order to advocate larger and larger and larger media streams such as G2A, or not G2A, Games Done Quick. You have all of your esports stuff. And honestly, if Amazon wants to become the major, holder of esports, this is the correct move because the only people who are going to stick around are like limited liability companies, people who are doing this for money and not doing this for entertainment value or interest value. They're just leading some kind of event for gaming. And I want to state and preface that this is my opinion, and that's what I see happening. So, how does this all affect small content creators? Well, with a lot of people probably seeing this news, they're less interested in Twitch. So, a lot of small content creators were going to come to other platforms, whether it's Rumble, which they're not going to Rumble, nobody goes to Rumble, or they're coming to YouTube, which is more likely. YouTube has a phenomenal streaming platform. The quality is pretty phenomenal. You can download your VODs, you can edit them into videos. They're segregated on your timeline, they're permanently hosted. They make money, they're advertised, you can edit them, you can do whatever you want with them. YouTube is a lot more lenient with their structures of videos. Not only that, but the policy that was recently put out, as Charlie says in his video, is 100% going to be the same on YouTube because that's just how it is. But when it's on YouTube, what it seems to do is perceptively be used to take down bad actors and people who are using that model for an artificial revenue stream, say channels who are just content farms. YouTube probably also wants to step down, and so does Twitch and every other platform at this point. On AI content, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of AI content gets pushed down because I'm sure that's viewed as negative in some way from a business sense, since they can operate 24/7. AI streamers can operate 24/7, and it's essentially just somebody running a computer with a live stream at all times and programming it to do something. Now, they are certainly worth their value in the content creation, and they're worth their value in creation of the AI itself. So look at the SpongeBob AI, look at the gamer AI, all of that stuff on Twitch. It doesn't surprise me that paying out to somebody who's not really doing anything worthwhile. They're just creating an AI chat room where there's a fake live stream occurring and things like that. But that is still interesting, like seeing the generations of effort and thing like that. It is pretty interesting, but that's a different conversation entirely. Um, so YouTube typically does not do anything for small content creators. As an 11-year small content creator, I've had daily upload schedules, I've had thumbnails, I've had tags, I've done trending, I've done whatever it takes really to try to get your channel recognized and pushed forward. Just doesn't work for everybody. You know, the percentage of you actually becoming a successful YouTuber, Twitch streamer, sorry to say this, very, very low. There is a level of I love what I do that needs to be understood when you're creating these kinds of things. There needs to be a level of this brings me happiness, in order to become a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer at this point. You need to be okay with staring at a zero. You need to be okay with not getting a lot of views. That's just the way it is right now, and that's probably the way it's going to stay. Um, People typically gravitate towards larger content creators because it's easier. It's easier for conversation. You don't have to introduce people to that content creator because they already know who they are. The content is pretty organic. It's usually very similar across the entire board. The reactions are overblown. They're actors a lot of the times. Like, they are actors of their real personality, which is a part of this content creation. And if you are like me and you want to produce content that is genuine, that is 100% you as a person, your hyperbolization tends to drift away. I don't typically hyperbolize in my videos. My reactions remain relatively true across the board. Obviously, I have to tame myself back. I can't use certain curse words. I can't do certain things on camera, but that's goes without saying. The discoverability in the future is going to go down. Assume that a lot of the Twitch streamers who are going to come over to YouTube are going to have money. They're going to have editors. They're going to already have YouTube channels. They're already going to be somewhat successful over here. Then just mantling that YouTube channel and beginning live streams on it, and having editors to take those videos and make them or those streams and make them into videos is going to make discoverability for small content creators lesser. Businesses are always going to have the advantage over a small content creator and hobbyist. That's just the way it is. And there's probably going to be more of those people here on YouTube in the near future. There's nothing we can do about this. If you're a small content creator thinking about quitting because of growth issues, now's the time to quit. Walk away, pay attention to it, see what happens, watch the trends, make content for fun and for you. But if you need to slow down, now is the time to slow down and take a break and get away from the platform, in my opinion. I'm slowing down my content on my gaming channel to 3 videos a week because there's really no point right now for me to chase any viewership. Oddly enough, the time that I want to chase viewership is when most big content creators aren't making a lot of videos, and that's like near Christmas, January, um, and around the time of prom, homecoming, and like all that stuff. That's when I want to be making videos because that's when I have an opportunity of striking a chord with a small community, because those bigger content creators might not be updating their channels and things like that as often. And it becomes really difficult to keep up. And I think a lot of these people on Twitch who are going to move over are going to make that a lot harder once they get over here. Obviously, An influx of viewers is very good, and if I have discoverability with those viewers, there's an opportunity to have them consume my content along with that. So there is a silver lining, and there will always be somewhat of a silver lining when these kinds of things occur. But that's what I think is going to happen with this whole Twitch situation. Twitch is going to once again have a lot of drama on their platform. If you guys don't know, I left Twitch almost 2 years ago because of drama with the platform. It wasn't drama with content creators, it was drama with Twitch themselves, and it has to do with stuff that I don't feel comfortable talking about. And it is what it is. So in the future, I hope to see Twitch do better. I don't think they will. They're clearly trying to either completely rebrand their website or become like an event specialist website, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But it also seems like maybe Amazon doesn't want to do it anymore, and they're just trying to get as many people to hate the property so they have a reason to get rid of it. I don't know. It just doesn't look like Twitch has any idea what they're doing to me. And now, as a hobbyist, I have to pay the price in my discoverability and things like that, potentially. Obviously, I can't prove this. Um, I just don't have the numbers. I don't have specs. I don't have anything. It's speculation at its finest. But I like to talk about how my brain works and the way I'm thinking about things. You could say that this is selfish thinking. It is. It is selfish thinking. But I'm also thinking about you and other people and other viewers. Channels are going to see a surge of viewership for a short period of time. It's very possible as people exodus from Twitch. There's going to be those content creators from Twitch who choose YouTube. It may not be all of them, but it's going to be some of them. And that is going to affect how YouTube and everybody else gets discovered. Is that number going to be 0.4% of a difference? Absolutely possible. Could it be a 60% difference? Absolutely possible. We need to see how YouTube reacts to this dynamic change where these content creators are going to get a lot of views very quickly, especially if they don't already have a YouTube channel dedicated to putting up their clips and videos. I rambled on enough. Let me know what you guys think down below. I could be completely off base. I hope I'm not off base, because I would like to pay attention to things like trending tabs on YouTube moving forward, especially in the gaming space, and see what's going on, as it's typically a Jacksepticeye video or a Markiplier video or some YouTuber, Tommy Innit or whatever, who pops off, and the top 10 is always like the same 10 to 50 people. So I'm excited to see what different stuff might come. I also feel bad for the people who went to Twitch who are banned off of YouTube. That kind of sucks. Like betting on the wrong horse kind of situation. But I mean, who am I to say? I obviously don't make money on these platforms, so it's like my opinion is null at that point. Like if I made money on YouTube, it would be different, but I don't make money on YouTube. Hence why I have donation links and Humble Bundle. And I don't talk about them because I don't want to disrupt my videos with my affiliate and donations. They're there. People can choose to use them. They can tip me for creating content because I'm not paid on YouTube. And Twitch would frown on that. I'm sure YouTube frowns on that. They want their money too. But I need to pay my bills, and in order to create content, my bills need to be paid. And if the company is taking all of the money, I'm not going to work with that company. I'm going to post my videos elsewhere where they'll let me be tipped and things like that. And yeah. Is Patreon a full-on service yet? I feel like Patreon should be a full-on service at this point, where you construct your videos into playlists, and it's like you get season 1 for 50 cents and there's no ads, and you just pay 50 cents and you permanently have access to that library of content. Like we should just have a service like that. Because then if you make it big time, it's like, oh, I'll just stream on Patreon and put my videos on Patreon, and then we could just have like Patreon be like the money place, and YouTube is like the growth place, and Twitch can be the streaming place. I don't know. It's shitty. The internet's corporatizing, not nationalizing. I know a lot of people want to think that the internet is nationalized. It's not. It's a lot of corporatized, and it's just going to keep getting corporatized if we continue to support monopolization. Oh, look, I'm a hypocrite because I use Alphabet, Google, YouTube, etc. I get it. I'm a hypocrite too. It is what it is. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and subscribe to the other channel, Zephyrian, and I'll see you in the next one later.